Okay then, so before getting started, now what we need to do, we need to install the Node.js in our machine. So let's open our browser and search for Node.js. So you can find this nodejs.org. So click the Node.js, and here you can find two different versions, 18, that means the recommended version for most user, and the latest feature. So always go for the recommended version. So click this and that will start downloading your Node.js. So please click open it and click next, and then install it. So you don't have to change or you don't have to add any other extra features in it. Just click next, and then install it. So in my case, it's already installed. So let me leave it as it is, close it. And then what we need to do, all we have to do is to make sure once it's installed successfully, you need to make sure whether it's working fine or not. So in that case, let's go back and open the terminal. Let me bring my terminal over here. All right, let me clear it. And then now what we need to do is just to type node. Let me make it a little bit bigger so that you can see it clearly. I hope now you can see it clearly. So here I'm just going to type node hyphen version. So that will gives me the version number of the node. In my case, I already updated it, so it's showing version 19.6.0. So let me clear it now. And we are going to use the yarn. In that case, you need to install the yarn globally in your machine. So npm install -g yarn. So this will download the latest version of the yarn and it will be installed in the global package of your npm. So whenever you need instead of using npm, you can use the yarn itself, because I'm going to use the yarn to overcome all the disadvantages of the npm. So better use the yarn itself. So install it. So that will down the yarn and install it globally in the your globally in your npm package. In my case, the yarn file is already exists, so that's the reason it's showing it's already exists. So in that case, all I have to do is to type yarn hyphen version. So that will gives me the version number of the yarn. Okay, so once it's installed successfully for you, run this command yarn hyphen version. You can see the yarn version number. In my case, it's already installed, so that's the reason it's showing that error. So don't worry about it. Just run this command yarn hyphen version. You should be able to get that version number of in your machine. So this is how we used to install the Node.js, and then we used to set up the yarn package in our global npm package. Okay then, so we successfully installed the Node.js and configured the yarn package in our machine. Now let's create a new project folder. So let me create a new folder over here, and then I'm going to name this folder as full stack food app, full stack underscore food underscore app. Enter it. And now we're going to open it in the Visual Studio Code. Of course, we're going to use the multi-code editor. That's a Visual Studio Code it's a multi-code editor which helps you to edit any kind of codes in it. So let's go ahead and download the Visual Studio Code. So click the Visual Studio Code, search for Visual Studio Code in your Google Chrome, and then click this Visual Studio Code, the very first link, and there you can find the download option. So in case if you're working in a Linux or Mac, or choose the version platforms according to it and download it. For me, it's showing download Mac Universal Stable Build. So click download. It will download it's maximum around 65 to 75 MB. So please go ahead and download it. Once you download it, get back to the project folder which we created and right click it and open it in the terminal. Okay, so now here we go. I opened it in my terminal. Okay, so to open this particular folder in the Visual Studio Code, all you have to do is code space dot. To open the code, all you have to type code space dot. That means the current folder which we opened. So that will open the Visual Studio Code in with that specific folder. So once you downloaded the Visual Studio Code and opened your project folder, we need to set up a few things in the Visual Studio Code. So let's get back to the settings over here and then go to the click this, and you can find the in the themes section, you can find the color theme, file icon theme. Click the color theme and then download the search for RU Mirage. You can find this one. Okay, search for this. In case if it is not showing this RU Mirage over there, if you scroll down, or if you are at the top of the section, you can find browse additional color themes. So click that, and in this place you can search for the theme which you are looking for. Search for RU Mirage, AYU. You can find a different versions of that, and then in that case you can find the RU Mirage Legacy. So you can install that. So that is the color theme which I'm using, which is really comfortable for working in the day or night time. So go ahead and please install that color theme. Then the second thing is you need to install, let's go to the theme section and go to the file icon theme. In that case, I'm using the material icon theme. If this icon is not showing over there, go ahead and install additional file icon theme. Click this, and in the very first thing is the material icon theme. You can use your favorable icon themes. In my case, I mostly prefer the material icon themes, which comes really handy. So go ahead and install this theme. Once you install, it will show up over here. Select the theme, choose the theme for your icons. Then all we have to do, go to the extension tab one more time. Please install this Prettier. That's a code formatter which we are going to use to format our code, Prettier code formatter. So please go ahead and install this Prettier code formatter. Once you install this Prettier code formatter, all you have to do is to go to settings, and search for format on save. In the settings tab, if you search for format on save, you can find this option. Please enable this option. So whenever you are saving your file, Prettier will format your codes automatically. So we don't have to format it manually every single time. So this is the best option that you need to enable before start writing the coding. So that will help you to format your code in a clean way. So let's enable this option. In my case, it's already enabled. Let me close this. And once you're done with this settings, then we need to install the ES7 React snippets. Search for ES7 React snippets. This is really important, which comes really handy whenever you're working with React components on React Native snippets. So to create a React code much faster, we need this package. Okay, so ES7, and I think I installed ES6. Is it not installed? Just a moment. In my case, what is the package I installed? For me, I already installed this section, the same thing, ES7 React Redux React Native snippets. For me, it's already installed. I'm sorry, it's already installed. So go ahead, please install the ES7 React Redux React Native snippets. So these are the extensions that we need to install for starting this, before starting this project. So these extensions will really helps you working with the React projects and everything. Okay, so please download all these extensions which is necessary for the project. Okay, then since we downloaded all the necessary extensions, now all we have to do is to create the project structure. So basically we're going to have two different folders to have the project structure. So what you need to do is, all you have to do is to create two different folders over here. So one is for our client, that's the front end, and another one is for our backend, that's the server. So let's create a new two different folders over here and name the folder as client, and one more folder and name the folder as server. And over here I'm going to create one more file, that is the readme file, readme.md. basically this is the file which we are going to upload it in our GitHub. So it's going to give the description about the project, what you're going to do and all those things. I'll show you how to customize all these informations over here. So create exact same file inside this. So I'm just going to, for the time being, I'm just going to create this readme file over here, because we need to have at least any one file inside this folder. Then only we can push this project structure to the GitHub. Otherwise, it will not allow this folder to be pushed to the GitHub. So please add one more file over here, readme.md. So go ahead and create one more file in the server itself, readme.md. So if you wish to give any explanation about the client or the server separately, it's better to add the informations over here. Okay, So this is the project structure that we need for this particular project. Okay, so the next thing what we need to do, we need to go ahead and create a GitHub account, and we need to create a repository over there.